stick around as long as you can. And while the procedures are going on, feel free to get a slice of pizza, get a drink. You don't have to stay riveted to your seat, but just ask for your attention for a little bit. So Dan, we start off.
Fantastic. Thank you. First time I came before you, I didn't have these, and small type didn't bother me, but thank you all for inviting me here this evening to talk to you about economic development, business climate in town, communications. My name is Dan Jerram. I'm the First Selectman, and I'm a candidate for re-election in November. For those of you who don't know everything and anything about me, I'm married to my wife Carlene, who is home with our children right now, 3 great kids, and I live on Willow Lane. Simply put, I grew up here, I love this town, and I'm dedicated to maintaining New Hartford as the beautiful town that we all know about. I appreciate you all coming out tonight to talk about New Hartford, where we are, and where we want to go. I wish we were all here under better business circumstances. I think we all know the business environment out there is pretty tough. I wish we were dealing with a thriving statewide and national economy where everyone was expanding their businesses, advertising for new jobs, and raising salaries for their employees. But I think we all realize that we're playing with a different set of cards. And times are, as I said, tough. So when we talk about priorities for New Hartford, let me say first and foremost that the #1 priority of my administration has been and continues to be to maintain New Hartford as an affordable place to live, work, and play. We've been able to maintain our tax rate at reasonable levels through disciplined spending, a watchful eye, trying every day to stretch our tax dollars farther than they've ever been before. Because when we keep our taxes down, there's more money in our residents' pockets, which means there's more available income for them to spend in your businesses. And that's a good thing. When we talk about business in New Hartford, our main goal is to preserve and protect our existing businesses with an eye towards the future. We have several large initiatives that are working towards that goal. First, moving forward on with our Rails to Trails initiative from Callahan Park through NBC, our EDC and the town selectmen are working together. This is a great project that can market our town as a destination location and draw people to our area with their pocketbooks. I've engaged a land planner to develop a concept plan that shows the trail's entryway into the NBC property and a vision of what type of development could occur eventually in the surrounding area. I believe the trail concept could be a great investment for our town, but like always, we must do our homework and understand all the costs associated with this type of development before we move forward. Second, we've been continuing our effort to work with the Beatley Library to expand parking and a gazebo with gardens on what used to be the Foothills Trader. And I'm hopeful that we'll get together on a vibrant plan that will create an atmosphere where people want to gather and spend their time together. We still have some work to do to come together on the specifics of the plan. We've been trying to work it out in terms of what the location will be and how many parking spaces are. But I think we can get there, and I think that that can make the downtown more vibrant. Lastly, we're working on a plan to improve the existing sidewalks along Main Street, making the downtown more pedestrian friendly. Over the last year, we've replaced over 500 feet of new sidewalk, and right now we've under contract to do another 500 feet on Main Street, stretching from the post office all the way out towards the end, towards Winstead. And this is scheduled to be completed within the next month, which is taking care of our infrastructure and again, making our downtown more pedestrian friendly. And when you talk about being pedestrian friendly, some people might say, well, hey, Dan, add in some crosswalks and create a link to the village. We've tried that proposal with the state, and of course it didn't work. We have 4 existing approved crosswalks in town, and as a matter of fact, a year or 2 ago, they tried to take one that used to link Chatterley's to the old library, and it was the battle royale to save it. And we were successful in our efforts to maintain that link. And in the process, we gained a new pedestrian signal light for people crossing there, which is making it relatively safe to cross the highway. Equally important to businesses is to encourage our residents to support local businesses at every chance. And I lead by example. My family and I support as many local businesses and farms as frequently as we can, and I make it a point to meet local business owners at every chance I get, and do my best to support them. Last year, in order to promote local businesses, my office instituted a new promotional campaign called Have You Seen Santa? Little thing to put Santas in the little stores. We learned a lot about sponsoring such a contest in the first year, and we learned a lot from our mistakes. And we look forward to retooling this campaign geared more towards an adult audience this year, and we hope that it's profitable for the business owners of our town. I also make it a priority to ensure that our town center and all of our town-owned properties are maintained in a manner that we can all be proud of. The gardens in our village common areas and the town hall are tended, and that's because of our great relationship with the garden club and some backup by our DPW. The parking lots are always cleaned, the lines are always painted, and even our industrial park is cleaned with new lights and new signage so that our industrial partners know that we care about them. And maintaining these community assets for our existing businesses is vital to keeping them here in our town. Another vital part of the equation is giving local businesses a chance to garner some town work. I've made it my goal over the past several years to spread whatever contracted work the town has to as many different local contractors as possible, so that these local businesses might be able to say at the end of the year that they paid their taxes from a job that they got from the town. We hire local. When we talk about communication, my office has supported the EDC initiative to implement a new town website, specifically focused on improving links to businesses and economic development. It's a work in progress, but with a collaborative effort, we launched the site and we're moving forward together. It's not perfect, you can use some bells and whistles and some pictures, but we're moving forward and we're taking these recommendations from our EDC to try and help the business atmosphere in the town. The new website that we have also is capable of doing email blasts to residents, and people can sign up and get whatever content they're looking for. So if you're interested in terms of agendas or minutes or activities, or even emergency blast, you go to the town hall website and you sign up and you can have these things sent to you. Over the past couple of years, in terms of improving communication, the Business Council, thankfully, is offered to have their meetings at town hall, and this has afforded me the opportunity to meet with them and stop in, pop in, and see them there, and see what's on the minds of the business owners when they stop in, and I get in there as frequently as I can. And I think that's a valuable link between the town and the council. Recently, in an effort to further improve town-wide communication, we've also reinstituted the town's newsletter program and received many positive comments. We look forward to our second edition this fall. So we have a lot of things going on, a lot of things that are specifically geared towards our business owners and business climate in town to try to improve things as we were asked to do. I hope I've addressed some of the business concerns here. I thank you all for the opportunity to come and meet with you tonight to talk about the work our team has accomplished and our vision for the future. And I hope that I get the chance to speak with all of you before we leave tonight to get your opinions of how we might go on together. I appreciate it. I just want to point out I'm truly blessed to have the support of my family. My wife is home with our kids tonight, and we've got a really great team. My selectman cohorts, Alicia, my running mate, is here, and also Jack Casey, who's been a great selectman over the past couple of years. And we really put our town first. When the selectmen come into town hall, we do what's right for our town, and we try to move this town forward. So I thank you for inviting me here. I ask for your support in November, and I hope together we can continue to move our town forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Next, I'd like to bring to the floor our candidate from the Independent Party, Mr. Dennis Meyer. Dennis?
I want to thank Paul and the rest of the Business Council for inviting me here tonight to share my vision as the next First Selectman of New Hartford. Back in 1999, I was the COO for the Urban League of Greater Hartford. In addition, we had an economic development department with a $2 million budget. And this money was geared towards small business startups. And we had a great team. We had great consultants. And along the way, these businesses, because of the assistance and development that we were able to give them, a lot of these businesses are still flourishing today. And that's the type of knowledge, wisdom, understanding that I want to bring to New Hartford. When I'm elected in November, one of my first priorities will be to hire a consultant to help us market our town. We need to be a destination and not just a drive-through. We need to take advantage of our river, our farms, our recreation destinations, so that we can lure more traffic and help our local economy. Now, you all heard the old adage, you get what you pay for. And that's a truism. We need to bring in a professional to help us along the way. Because that's how hospitals do it. That's how universities do it. That's how charities and cities do it. They invest in a professional. And New Hartford deserves that investment. Now, the Farmington River is not just one of the best rivers in the state. It's one of the best rivers in the country. I've seen license plates from as far as Alaska, right here in our town, enjoying that natural resource. And we don't have to become a strip mall like some of the other communities. We can stay with our objective, and that objective is to maintain our rural character. Now, we are an aging population. Statistics show that over the course of the next 10 years, the dominant age population in the northwest corner, including New Hartford, is going to be 65 and over, 17 and under. We need to invest in one of the most important infrastructures that we have, and that's the generation of the millennials, who has the capacity to solve problems. I mean, their attitude may be, do you have an app for that? But we need that creativity. We need that energy in town. That's why I have already started an initiative called the First Selectman's Youth Corps. This initiative is designed to bring young people into the fold and to make sure they are a part of the decision-making process, because they're going to be the ones running this town 10, 15 years from now. Our town has experienced an economic drought that's been perpetuated by the lack of economic development over the past few years. We have everything that we need in this town. Local talent, natural resources, financial investment. We need the right kind of leadership. Leadership that can listen. Leadership that can consolidate and develop an action plan. With my leadership, we will solve the town-wide issue that is the wastewater treatment plant. With my leadership, we will tap into the $4 million surplus currently being stockpiled and invest in the growth of our town. When I'm selecting, the road that I'm going to pave is a road for a better New Hartford. Thank you for having me. I look forward to working with all you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Before I introduce our last candidate, I would once again like to introduce Jack Casey, who's running for Selectman again, and Alicia.
Second Selectman. Second Selectman.
Second Selectman. Second Selectman.
First, in the future, I already I'm painting the office, but it's not
Just
this year.
remember us when you go to the White House, don't forget the army.
Thank you. I won't.
And
Thank
Alicia
you.
Cannon, who's also running.
You're coming with me, I'm a little bit.
All right. Our last candidate for First Selectman is a Democratic ticket, and that is Troy LaMere. Troy?
skills as good as Dennis and Dan at speaking, because I'm not a public speaker. I've had very little practice at this, so bear with me. I've been a resident of New Hartford for 17 years. 17 years ago, I met my lovely wife, Troy LaMere, and we built our first house on Cedar Lane, and sold that and moved to Shady Brook, and we plan on staying here until we pass away. So my background is, I've been in construction my whole entire life. Currently, I'm working for the city of Torrington. I've been there 7 years. So I think my background is going to be a plus for First Selectman's position, because through the years I've met a lot of professionals and I've done a lot of the work that's needed to run a town, and as far as the infrastructure, and I have a lot of skills in that area and a proactive approach. So I think that with my abilities that I would bring New Hartford in the right direction. The days of industrial economics are gone. We no longer can have huge factories here so we can help our tax base. So we need to bring back more small businesses. And to do this, first of all, we need to fix the sewer plant. The sewer plant is going to be the downfall of the town. If we don't get, we have businesses now that are closing. They can't afford the rates. The people that are the users are paying way too much money to have a normal daily life. These people are using their shower and bath water to flush their toilets. When I become First Selectman, I cannot let this happen. There's got to be something done to fix this. So I'm going to really look into hard ideas on how we're going to take care of these people, because nobody should live that way in New Hartford. As far as the economic plans, the town has a plan, and it has been implemented many times. I've been to many meetings, and there's a lot of talk going on. The problem with the town plan is that it never gets implemented. We don't do anything. My candidacy is going to do something. I'll give you an example. I did 2 subdivisions in New Hartford on myself and my wife's property. And through the process, there was many hurdles. In economic development, planning stages, there's going to be hurdles. I took those and I worked around the hurdles, and eventually I came through and finished the subdivision. And that's how I plan on attacking New Hartford. The only way we can finish or get anything done is to finish it. We can talk about it all day long, it'll never get finished. There's a lot of ideas out there, and I'm not going to waste your time and tell you, because everybody knows what needs to be done. And I basically disagree with Dan. I think our town is going in the wrong direction. I think we need to do something fast. We've been lacking a lot of maintenance issues on a lot of things. And I'm here to say that New Hartford can do better, much better.